displayed. Okay, so this particular is the entire bulletin of the futures and options market. You have all the strikes, all the best activity which is showing up in the futures and option displayed here. Okay, so what you have to look here is basically what is this narration? Is it long, short, long unwinding, short covering? What is this instrument? Call, put, the name. So we have also given certain background to certain activities. So like if there has been a considerable activity seen in particular strike, so we have highlighted it with this color. Okay, so as a trader, what you have to look out is like in first 15 minutes scan the market. You can do it through synopsis. You can see the market structure, how has been the, whether it's more of green, red, yellow, or blue. So it's a fresh, long, short, long unwinding, short covering. Moving on to the FNO news, look out for like which are the strikes which are seeing the short covering. So if I look at the instruments, so you have Reliance, which was a short covering. Tata Steel 340 call was a short covering. Then you have M&M put showing a short, so which again adds to the confidence of the bulls. Now after this, what you have to do, just go and look at the open interest. So if I have to look at the open interest of Tata Steel, so you see this, wow, the 350 call, which was once a very high, shedded nearly like a 13 lakh shares. The price is quoting higher above it, and which is giving you the complete clarity. Okay, so you are seeing the call writers shifting higher, put writers shifting higher. So the next resistance is 360. So the bulls were in charge. If I look at Reliance, this is Reliance. So if you look at Reliance is 1980, the lot of unwinding across the strikes was noticed. Okay, so you saw both call and put thing. So this particular thing you need to take with a pinch of salt. So if you see that there is a shifting happening, that means it's very good thing. Now all the call writers out here unwinded, so not much to carry in that. Had there been a good put accumulation seen, so that's something to be noted of. So you have to apply your OI logics, OI basic study. FNO news can give you a fast, it will tell you which strike to look out for, which instrument to look out for, and just go and look at the, you can verify it through the open interest, and the game is yours. Because if you see that behavior in multiple strikes, then it's the best thing to look out for. So a place of FNO news will give you the bulletin, which stock is moving higher, which strike is moving higher. If you see a combination like that in particular stock, there's a short covering in calls and there is a fresh shorts in puts. Both are in sync. Both are for the bulls. Similarly, if in a instrument you see that there is a short covering in puts, that means put writers are unwinding and you're seeing a shorts in call. That means the call writers are getting active. So that shows the strength in the bears. So this is what. Now, if you look at HDFC Life, there is a spike in IV by 7%. So what led to the HDFC Life? How was it behaving? So let's look at open interest, HDFC Life. Okay. So we saw there was a short covering in the calls. There was a call going higher and the put increase was there. So basically more into the bull side. If I look at the OI one, you have 620 and 650, sorry. So nearly equidistance. So if it breaches 620, then the next target could be 650. And there's a spike in the IVs. So something to be watchful of. So combining FNO news with your other study can give you an edge. In morning session, I know like people are like just tell me which stock to do for intraday, which could be the story, which could be running today, which could be the stock for the day, is something we have to look. Then comes the index contributor. So this is the place where you will come to know which stock is driving the market today, who are the leaders. And if you are able to pick that in the morning, you know that where the strength is moving today. So this particular thing is just for one day. So it was like on 17 July, what was the movers? So market was up 191 points. Reliance was the mover with 53.75 contribution, followed by HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, lever. So it gives you the what is the change, percentage change, and the net contribution. On the dragging side, it was the IT stocks saw some sort of like a profit booking. So you had Infi, TCS, HCL Tech, Wipro, minor down, but not something to be worried about. But the contribution was coming from this segment. So this you will notice, you will see a lot of difference in your trading pattern. You will come to know that key, which is the flavor for the day. That's how we can say. Now, one thing also we have to understand is like an index contributor. Let's understand which stock has been the outperformer in the July series. Okay. So I've just changed my from date. I will move it to the expiry of the start of the expiry. So Thursday 25th was the expiry, June 26th, the July started. So from 26th June till date, if you look at the Reliance has been the outperformer. It has contributed 205 points in Nifty, followed by Infosys 173. So basically, you are just seeing the shift between Reliance and Infy. At times, Reliance is outperforming. At times, uh, Infy has outperformed. So these are the two stocks which are basically the flavor for the July series. Then you have the one which are dragging is the Kotak Bank Power Grid. So these are the stocks which have dragged in the July series, NTPC. So this way, this I would rather say look at in the morning time. So you'll come to know which are the stocks which are contributing in the morning session. So FNO News is a place you will see the entire activity part of it, which are the precisely the strikes, which are the precisely the stocks which are outperforming, which are seeing the flavor. So if you scroll it up for the Nifty, Bank Nifty, will come to know whether there is a short covering which is driving, whether it's the fresh shorts in the calls which is driving. Because at times when we are looking at one instrument, we fail to look at the second instrument. But this is the place which will give you every snapshot of the market at one go. So you will see that if many stocks are seeing shorts in the call, that means today the bears are in forefront. So writing in the call side is something which needs to be understood. Similarly, if you are seeing a lot of short covering in calls, that means boss today there would be a very fast move. So when there is a fast move, you have to go with the single leg options. So go with the single leg options. And when you are seeing that it's a long or whether there is a shorts in the put, then you can go with like a bull call spread or something. Combine this analysis with other one if you want to do a positional trade. If you want to do a purely intraday trading, then go with the single leg options. Keep your stop loss, keep your targets, and adhere to your risk management, because FNO News has been working very beautifully. You are seeing whether today the markets are seeing the IV fall or no. So if you look at on Friday session, we saw majorly there was a IV contraction in most of the securities. So like ONGC 78 call, we saw it was up 121%. So there was a short covering. Okay. The IV was higher by 3% to 48%. And you see what is the call. So calls are showing the short covering. Now, if you notice on the right hand side, we have tagged it as IOP, SOP, and FUT. So FUT means futures, IOP means index options, SOP means stock options. So I can filter it out with this. So you have this abbreviation in this drop down. So if I want to select the stock options, so only the stock options will come up. If I want to select only the index options, the index option will come up. If I want to select only futures, the futures can come up. Okay. So based on like you, am I a stock player? I'm a future player. I'm an index player. You can select any one, or if you want all segments, it's upon your user's choice. Okay. Now, if I look at, let's go and look ONGC, how it behaved. Wow. So this was the entire game. So you had the 80 call also shedding nearly like a 9.93 lakhs shares. So it was completely fast short covering move, which was seen in ONGC. You have highest call, which is placed at 90. So something which should be there at back of your mind. So FNO News is playing wonderfully at the start of the day. Keep a watch right from the start. So I would rather say throughout the day, your eye should be on the FNO News to know which are the stocks which are moving, which are the index strikes which are moving. If that index strike or the stock strike is a pivot strike, then definitely the probability could be very high. And when you have the short covering moves, it doesn't stop just by 50%. In our option, 100% return is very, very possible in an intraday. It can even go to 200, 300%. So if you are able to pick at the right time, then it's the best thing. Right? So you can scroll it down. So if I look at Exide, 190 call, there was a long addition. There was spike in IV. So when the IV moves higher, premium moves higher, open interest higher, that means that's also genuinely long. So buyers were more active compared to the writers in the option. So everyone will doubt like OI increases, so there is a long and short both. But looking at the IV can give you that who has that edge. So if you look at Exide, the premium was 160% up. Then we had the Coal India, which was a short covering. So most of this public sector enterprises saw good moves. Let me scroll down. Apollo Hospital. So if you look at Apollo Hospital, the 1480 call. So like a huge short covering. Because these are the security which normally it's not necessary they come every day, because it comes only when there is a very genuine moves coming up, and that can give you a very good opportunity intraday. Okay. So if you are a intraday trader, watching FNO News becomes mandatory. I would rather say that. If as a trader being, I will advise this mandatory because it gives you activity instantly, because it's not possible to scan all the securities in 5 minutes, but algo is done for us. We just have to look at the screen. The back of the screen, there is being the entire logic written, scanning the entire market, filtering out the stocks which are the most probable one. So there are, you can say 50,000 strikes, picking just 10 strikes out of it has gone lot and lot of, you can say, logic work has been gone. We have filtered out with terms of liquidity. We have filtered out with terms of like in terms of IV, in terms of price, OI, those things. So if you look at Apollo Hospital, let's again look at the open interest. Wow. So the stock is trading nearly above its highest call strike, 1500, with the start of the short covering. Wow, what a beautiful one. So this is something we cannot come to know. It's not necessary look at each and every option thing. We go and see each and every future thing. Now you know this is the security. You can do your back thing, else you can just blindly go with the buying of an option and you can cross verify it. Okay. Now, if you're a conservative one, you will always say like, let me have one more filter. Let me see the trend in the underlying. So definitely we should go and do it. So say I do built up, script, future OIH. So there was like a short and the entire move, there was a short curving. Post that from 1400 onwards, we are seeing there is like a longs which are taking place. And Friday session actually saw very good longs. So isn't it in sync? So when the data is talking, the conviction really increases. So everything is on the conviction. So you have your option data supporting the short covering in the calls. You have your future data supporting longs in the futures. You have the put writing which is taking place. IVs are supporting. So everything is in sync. And definitely when the data speaks, we don't need to think of anything else. Okay. Now, come the third one, the stop and target. Again, flavor for the option trader. So option trader should know I'm an intraday trader, but I want to know what could be the likely target which could be seen in the underlying today. Okay, on the upside, on the downside. So definitely we have technical levels. We look at the technical levels, but this is a open secret. Everyone knows that thing. 50 DMA, 100 DMA, 200 DMA, price going to 200 DMA, reversing, price near the 50 DMA, it's crossing that thing, crossover is there. It's an open secret, right? And do you really think when the market is driven by option market completely, all this standard thing will have the same edge what they were having earlier? No, because if the players are the option players, their analysis would be option driven analysis, right? So basically the daily stop and target is something to do with the volatility, inbuilt volatility. So if I say a stock volatility is like a 20% annualized, so will I see in a day 4-5% in that stock? ONGC moving 5% on 3 days simultaneously. What is the probability of it? Not very high, because the underlying volatility is not that high. Definitely it can move consistently, but expecting a 5% move every day is too much to expect. I'm not saying not possible, but probability is low. But the same thing if I have to ask for IBUL housing, very, very possible. Very, very possible, because the volatility of IBUL is 100%, right? So in that case, we need to be practical in our approach. If I'm buying any instrument, okay, and I know that what could be the likely target of it, if I'm comfortable with that target or the target, upside target, or the lower bound, then I can trade it with much more confidence. And believe me, friends, these things are working very beautifully. So you have your, these are the levels. So you have Bank Nifty, Nifty, you have the upper bound and lower bound. So one sec, just give me a second. Ha. So you have 3 upper bounds and 3 lower bounds. Okay. So conservative. So if a stock surpasses the conservative upper bound, then you know what with the next probable resistance level. Okay. And similarly, if it has moved to the lower bound and it is taking support from that, so this is the likely lower level. And if that level is respecting you see that there's a very high probability of again reversing. The same thing happened in Nifty and Bank Nifty. So like in Nifty and Bank Nifty, 10,550, 570 zone in Nifty was a crucial one. So we saw that that day it was just moving near this conservative level and it reversed. So now if I look at the Nifty, definitely these are dynamic levels. So every day, based on the volatility, the levels would be changing up. So now 10,790 has become the lower bound for Nifty for the Monday session, and 11,068 has become the upper bound for the Nifty for the Monday session. So role reversal, you say. So the support becoming resistance, resistance becoming support is what happens in based on derivative data also, based on the option data also. So when I buy an instrument and if I see that the stock is positive and the conservative upper bound is at good distance, then definitely I know there is a room of going higher. If at the conservative upper bound it coincides with my highest call OI, that means that the resistance could be strong for the day. No, not denying that that cone won't be covering, but as a prudent strategy, we can exit at that point. And once we start seeing the unwinding part of it, covering part of it, we can again re-enter. Because as an intraday trader, we are not looking out for like a 5% at one go. We are looking out for like making 2.5%, 3% and getting the confirm signal and riding the trend. So riding the trend, taking the best out of the trend is what our focus should be. And these are like a futures level. Okay, you're getting the futures level. Definitely in by that point, your option would be 70, 80, 100% higher. So you come to know whether you want to go for a call or a put. So daily stop and target, it's a must. As an intraday study, you'll come to know whether you are what is the likely targets or likely stop loss for the underlying, and that way you can go and buy the call and put. So if you're buying a call, I can just go into the, so if I from the stop and target, the next place which I would be interested to go would be chain what if. Okay, so let's say for instance Nifty on Monday goes to 11,060. What could be the call behavior? So if I go and select the symbol Nifty, okay, I'm selecting 30th July. I go to what if analysis. Okay, so date I say that is Saturday, Monday, that is 20th. And by 20th, if I say by 13, so 1 p.m. Okay, the underline moves to say 11,050. So 11,000 call would be up by 66 points. Your 10,900 call would be up by 80 points. Okay, we can do this MTM. We can see the actual value. What would be the gain for us? Okay, so if the trend continues, we know that the level to watch out, we can get it from the stop and target. What could be the, if the thrust remains as it is, what could be the first target, second target, third target? Similarly, the first stop loss, second stop loss, third stop loss. Now on the reverse side, if the instead of going higher, it moves to say 10,780. My 10,900, my 10,900 call will see a loss while the puts will see the profit. Now, instead of this, if I want to go to the weekly options, so I'll select say 23rd July. Okay, I'm not taking the monthly option, I'm taking a weekly option. So how will that behave? So change the expiry. Okay, go to what if analysis. I'm selecting date. So precisely you can pick up the time of the day to get the better picture. I go to 20th. I go to 1, say 1:30. Okay. Select 11,050. Okay. 10,900 has almost doubled. So we are seeing the profit of 6,500. Then 11,000 call, we see the profit of 4,800. Okay. Now on the lower end, if I see, if the market goes down, 10,900 put, we see the movement coming. We make a profit of 4,700. And on the lower end, 10,800 put will be 3,300. So get the intraday upside target, downside target, put that target in your option chain what if analysis and see what could be the likely option premium for that day. So a complete end-to-end analysis right from the picking the idea. So if I have to summarize, how will I start my intraday trading? 9:15 the market starts. As the market starts, and then let the market settle up. So in 10 minutes, I see how the structure of the market is behaving. I can look at synopsis. I can get the complete market structure. I will go to FNO news. I will see how what are the stocks which are coming in my list, which are the index options which are coming in my list. Is there any option which is showing the short covering? So whether there are is the market more towards the short covering, be it call or put, or whether it is a fresh longs. If we see any both combination, like a short covering in calls supported by short in a put, it's a long structure. If we see a short covering in puts supported by short in a call, it's a entirely is a short structure. Overall, how the IVs are behaving. Is the IV rising today or is the IV contracting today? Okay, because as we are in the earning season, we need to be very, very careful about this drop in IVs also. So even though your underline would be in sync, but if IV is dropping, then you need to be very careful. Like if you look at this M&M 590 put, there was a substantial drop in IVs. We saw a fresh shorts in the put. So for the put person, there it's a double whammy. Drop in IV is also the long in put. The drop in IV is also negative, and price correcting is also negative. Okay. So this particular bulletin will give you the actual strikes. It will give you the actual stocks, index options that you combine it with your open interest, cross check it out with the open interest. Is the trend seen across the strikes or is just too limited to few of it? You'll come to know. If it's across the strikes, then wow, that's a very good picture to trade with. So something best what a intraday trader could look out for. Then look out for the stop and target. Go to the stop and target and see what could be the likely target for that. What could be the likely resistance zone for this stock? Resistance 1, resistance 2, resistance 3. If that coincides with your technical level, wow, that's again a best. You can jugalbandi, you can say, and you know what should be the likely stop loss to be placed. And in that case, if you can always have a look like you, if the targets and stop loss are again, you can say it's coinciding with your open interest band, and that is showing a short covering, something worth to take it. You can go to option chain analysis, do a what if analysis, and you can see the premiums on an intraday basis at particular time of the day. So if I say I want to look at particular time, I can precisely go and look out for that time and see if the underlying moves to my level, what is the option premium. Also complete in sync data, you are seeing it. So this is from the intraday trading perspective. Now, this index contribution becomes very important when you have to get the complete holistic picture. So as we do, so say for instance, I want to study Bank Nifty. So right now we have only Nifty and Bank Nifty. Hope so in future we get some very liquid options, liquid index trading in the derivative market. So Bank Nifty, we have 400 points change. It was up 1.85%. So this was the contribution part. HDFC Bank, as such, the index is skewed towards HDFC ICICI. So we saw this movement. We can do historically how this index has behaved. So from the expiry perspective, so 26th onwards, we see this thing. So HDFC Bank has contributed 656 points, ICICI 146. So overall, the index was up by 2%, 467 points. Kotak Bank, PNB, RBL Bank have been the dragger for the Bank Nifty index, while HDFC, ICICI, IndusInd Bank has been the gainers for this bank. So you can do any from date and see it. So last 1 week, how it has behaved. So if I have to look from 19th. So here, the from date, whatever date you select is inclusive. So if I have to find out for 1 week, I will rather select 22nd, the Monday, because it takes the entire Monday's activity, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So date, it's inclusive over here. Okay. So in last 1 week, we have seen 3% gains in Bank Nifty, 660 points. HDFC Axis was the second highest. Third was IndusInd. The dragger was PNB and RBL Bank. In case of a Nifty, in this week, we have HDFC as a top dragger, followed by TCS and Power Grid. And the gainers, we had Infosys, Reliance, HDFC Bank, Lever, Hindustan Unilever. These were the gainers. So this was something from the new tools, what we have introduced, the pair trading, substantially new algorithms, taking care of the statistical tools like a correlation, co-integration, Z-score, plotting the historical thing, getting the backtesting thing. Then you can scan it for today and keep it in watch list for evaluating on day basis. Then for an intraday trader, a complete bouquet of end-to-end analysis right from the FONO news, which gives you the live bulletin of what is the stocks, what is the stock option which is performing, which is underperforming, which is seeing the short covering, the series of, so it would only show the substantial move which is taking place. So we have filtered out lot of unwanted stuff. So picking the best thing and showing up was the criteria for this algorithm thing, because it becomes clutter, and removing that clutter was the focus. Just pinpointing the best strikes which are being traded, which are showing the consistent or considerable activity, was something to be seen in FNO news. Then you combine it with the stop and targets to know what could be the underlying upper bound and the lower bound seen. If that bounds are breaching, what is the next level which could be seen? At times in stocks, you will see all the three levels moving out. So that means the stock is considerably in one direction, and all your rest of the parameter will fall in place. We saw how to combine open interest and chain along with this data to get the complete edge in the trading. Now, as we have some time, let me take you through the IV section also. So as we know, we are in the IV, where we are in the result season. So result season, normally one behavior we need to be very aware of is like there would be a fall in IV post the earning season. So post the earning, we'll always see some amount of reduction in the walls. How the wall is behaving, is it towards the upper level, lower level, or is it in the average level? We can look out. So we have like a HDFC Bank announcing the result now. So we can just watch it out. So when you go to IV and when you go to IV chart, you see the graph. So right now from the IVs of 130 plus, which were we there in March, we have moved back to 20 zone, something which were beautiful. So like The way which we have performed in the last from mid-March onwards is considerable. So now if you look at the IV is 20, so Nifty not required. Similar, if you can look at the Bank Nifty also. So IV is on a contracting. So that itself gives us the confidence about the trend. So if the IV is spiking in index, so we need to be watchful because we normally see an inverse correlation between the underlying and the IV. So when the IVs are going higher of the futures of the underlying, we see that the market generally corrects. And when the market is in a trended upward direction, we normally see IV contracting. So here, if you look at here, so we are at IVR of 14.65%, which means that this is nearly the lower zone of the last 1 year. Okay. So now this particular point becomes a very crucial for us to look out. So if it breaches there, then we have further more downside. This becomes a very key level to be look out for. Now, if I look at HDFC Bank. So generally before the result, we see the IV spike. But this time the IV has been lower than the last time. So the last time IV, it was at 60 for HDFC Bank in April. This time we have it like a 43.8%. Okay. So which is still higher than the average IVs of it. Okay. Now the IVR is 18% because we did saw the spike in March series, so which has made all the stock options, all the stocks, the IVR you will always see at the lower end in the current situation because we had a very big spike coming up in the March month. So most of them would be trading at lower end. But if you look at the IVP also, it's 74. That means 74% time the you have this IV has been the lower in last 1 year. So this entire zone, if you look at from this to this, we were trading below 45 level IV. And now in the last 4 months time, we are at the lower point. Okay. So IV, if it drops, so if you look at last resulting, 60 was the IV. Post result, it fell to 50. And eventually in 2-3 days it went to 40. Okay, so the fall from 60 and 40 would have definitely has seen a very good movement in the option prices. Okay, now if I look at this level, so 35 is the level which could be seen. If 35 is breached, then we could have like a 30 part, but not much of the IV squeeze could be seen this time because it's not that pretty high. On an average 30, so 5-6% move in our walls is something which has been seen historically. From 22% it has moved to 15% and again rebounded. So 5 to 7% move is something which we have seen historically. So this way in the IV you can go back and forth, so you can move the right. So IV, basically this particular product, we have it in mobile application as well as the web application. Most of the products are there in now both the platforms, Android, iOS, as well as the web. So mobile and web, both the platform. The pair trading is yet to come, so it should be there in shortly, very quickly. Even one pretty thing which I look out for is the gain. So specifically, if you're an expiry trader, okay. So from the expiry trader, I would rather look out only for Nifty and Bank Nifty. So something which it has worked well is the Nifty and Bank Nifty is something to be look out for because you have lot of option activity over here. So it cannot be manipulated because entire market forces are active on it. So now if I look at Nifty, the one thing, if you have to use the option gain on a daily basis, the level which you look to look out is this EQ level. So that's something I pretty much enjoyed because this at times coincides with your very crucial levels also. because EQ level is a point where neither the call writers are making money nor the put writers. So it is a point where it's like both are at the same page. If the underline is below the EQ level and it moves above the EQ level, okay, that time we see a lot of call unwinding. It triggers the call writers. So you can say the call writers move in panic and they start covering. So I can say that when the prices are trading higher, EQ level becomes your stop loss support part of it. So if that is breached, the put writers will be very, very active. They will be start facing the glitches. They will come under panic situation. And when the market is on the lower end and the EQ level was higher. So when we saw market was nearly like 10,600 or so, 10,780, 800 zone, that was the EQ level. Okay. As soon as it breached it, the call writers were actually facing the heat. So because this is a point where you will see all the activities coming together. So normally the writers, if they are too strong, they will not let this level to pass. But if that is passing by, the option writers will not hold. They will not have emotion to hold it. So the unwinding becomes very fast. So option is a game of analysis, analytics, where analytics data has an upper hand compared to a gut feeling. Okay. So if you are doing a proper data analysis, believe me, you can crack the option market beautifully. On a daily basis, if I have to look from the gain, I will be concentrating on the EQ level. And on Thursday, all eyes only on the gain level. How the gain level. So now you'll see the 30th July, the gain level is completely far off because not much activity is seen there. Okay. It was more to do with the weekly options. So once the weekly options are introduced, everything has been moved to that direction only. Okay. So this is the front. So if you any other, yeah. So built up is something which I would like to give a glimpse of it because it's very important to know the trend in the market. So if I have 3 4 stock ideas coming up in the FNO news, and if I want to have pick up only the best of two, so I look at the open interest. Along with that, what I will have to look out is the cycle. So cycle is the pro feature. So if that particular instrument has been showing a very good cycle, so whether it's like in the, we are seeing more of longs, or more of long unwinding part of it, then it has a very good chance of outperformance. So basically a cycle gives you a pictorial depiction of the build-ups, the summary of build-ups for the historical days. So say if I have to do look back period of 60, which nearly is like a 3 month, and I'm finding out the stocks which are having majorly long and long unwinding. I put the count as say 40, apply. So Cipla, Idea, and Z has been like historically they have seen a good momentum. Okay, but if I filter it, I reduce it. If I say I make it look back period 30, and now I'm looking out for 20 counts. So recent activity, which are the stocks which are seeing a very good momentum. So you have ACC Adani, the long, then Glenmark Federal Bank, then M&M Finance is something the longs are seeing. Okay, then this long unwinding was there. Similarly, if I have to see the shorts, short covering. So we have SDFC, ITC, Kotak Bank. So Kotak Bank saw a good short. Then this short covering is there. And if you again see the short, then there could be like a good opportunities. Then PVR, we have mix of short and short covering. Then Coal India. So the recent activity matters a lot to us. So Infratel, not to be missed out. So like there are huge shorts and then a covering part of it there. So this particular structure can help you to know the historical trend. And when you go to the OIH, so if I go to script future OIH, you come to know the actually the trend in the open interest. So how the open interest as well as the price momentum have been. So if you look at Nifty, if you look at, it's more of green compared to rest of the colors. So last 2 days also we saw good longs. Then previous it was a short covering. Minor short was seen, which we saw the cover, it got covered. So basically from 10,200 till there, it's more on the long compared to short. You can cross verify using the absolute OI change. So it's predominantly, you can say green, correct? Whatever shorts were there, it got completely covered. So the trend has been predominantly there as of now. So keeping a watch on that, any particular date you see there's a change in this data, you get a good short, lot of OI increase, a good red bar, then we need to be cautious. I would rather say that. Let's see the Bank Nifty. Is it similarly showing any pattern? No. So Bank Nifty is not that, you can say, in strength compared to Nifty. So if you look at Bank Nifty, the reds have been, good reds have been seeing up. The greens are also, so it's basically a mix. So there is not a very clear trend in Bank Nifty compared to what we are seeing in Nifty. So you can say conviction wise, if I have to do, Nifty gives far more conviction compared to the Bank Nifty, right? So we had the, I guess so, M&M was showing good moves. Okay, now this was M&M. So if you look at, there are quite a lot of green, then we saw blue. So red have been just at the start point, but as of now in the last few days, it's more to do with the green and blues. So trend is in place. So this is what as a trader we have to look out for. Is the trend in place? Are we playing the trend? Are we playing the counter trend? Is what we have to look out for. Something like a Apollo Hospital. Yeah, so the greens are increasing. So the OI, like the whatever the shorts were there, which was seen in 1450 to 1300, got completely covered. Okay, and thereafter we are seeing now a new series getting built up. So if that continues, there is a quite a good probability of it moving substantially higher. Okay, so if you see FNO news, so you can combine FNO news with open interest with the built up summary, and you can even hold on to your options, or you can also convert your option to a strategy, you know, because picking the right stock is very, very important. And once you have picked the right stock, staying with it is also important. So as a day trader, you can book out your profit. If you have that ability or potential to convert it to a positional trade, then cross verify it with the open interest. That's the option data. Cross verify it with the built up, future built up. That's a futures summary. So one thing. Also in built up, we have this sector. So something very unique. So I'll again in my last webinar also have addressed this talk, but I feel that is something very, very important for any person to do the top down approach, because it gives you that conviction that boss, I'm in a very good sector. Though today it might be showing some correction, but if the broader trend is intact, so I should not be worried about it. So if I look at this Bank Nifty stocks, there is a long unwinding only. Auto, it's more to do with short covering in recent last 3 days. Okay, so if I'm taking any stock in auto, I know how much time I should be holding up. 1 to 2 days, that's it. I should not be looking out for converting that thing. Then if you look at IT has been a good long, so you can build up a strategies in that. Metals, the last 3 days are shown a good longs, so you can always verify it with the OIH. So basically, all this sector are concept defined. So we are taken all the derivative stocks belonging to that sector, because what matters to a derivative trader is the stock which is there with us today, because how the positions are building up in that is something we need to look out. So we have created this sector based on all the components of that sector belong it. It's not to do with the actual index which are trading in the NSE. So it's not auto means auto index component. It's the auto stocks clubbed together in the auto sector, auto ancillary stocks clubbed together in auto ancillary. So the prices are also being calculated. So we have done completely right, all the entire back testing, all the entire past data, we have worked around with that to come up with this thing. So if I have to look at metals, yeah, so this is where it is there. So we are seeing the OI increase happening. OI change is there. Yeah. So Bank Nifty and Bank Nifty stocks are different. So in sector, we don't have Bank Nifty because Bank Nifty is an index. But Bank Nifty stocks is the cumulative activity of the banking stock as a whole. So we need to understand like how the entire banking stocks are behaving, how is the Bank Nifty behaving. So Bank Nifty as an index is consolidating. Bank Nifty stocks, we are seeing selective bets and they are coming up. So if particular stock in this Bank Nifty stock starts seeing outperformance, definitely it could be participated. Okay. Fine. So I guess we have covered most of it. So